Hello, we're back at it again with more Zenless Zone 0. Give me a second here to just to mic check myself. Want to finish this before the Wuthering Waves update coming in like 2 days or so. Heyo, hello there. Sir PT Gamer. Saw you were playing PT. I didn't hop on because I wanted to play PT for myself, but then I remember I don't really do well with like horror games where you can't clap back. Wait, did they change YouTube? The fuck? It looks different. They changed YouTube, what the hell? It looks different from yesterday. YouTube? What's happening here? Is it... The chat looks different. Used to be like a little box. Oh, you can pop out chats now. Nice. That's amazing. Anyways, yeah. No, I can't handle. I've always wanted to play PT myself, but I've never done well with horror games where you can't fight back. I've tried to play... have you ever heard of like Visage? Visage on Steam. Did they ever make like a sequel for that? I think it was inspired by PT, or well, the failure of PT. Yeah, Visage was pretty big. I've always wanted to play that, but I just cannot handle horror very well. Horror that you can't fight back. Did they ever make like a sequel for that? But what has that studio been doing since the last time? They haven't had any other new games since then. Huh. Yeah, Visage was pretty big, like... Kind of weird that it hasn't been like, there hasn't been a new one. Or there hasn't been anything new from that same studio ever since. You should play instead of me. Since apparently you can handle PT pretty well. Mortuary Assistant? What's that one? Oh, that's pretty new. Yeah, October's coming up pretty soon, so could go for horror games. No, I can't do these. First person, I would die. Best I could do is just like Parasite Eve in October. Yeah, the spooky ghosts, like the jump scares and shit, I do not do well with them. If I can't fight back, I cannot. There's like shit in your peripheral and things popping out, and it's like, no, I'm not going over there, fuck. I do not. Like, even like with Amnesia, like the peaks of Amnesia back in the day, I couldn't even hop on that game. All I could do was like watch other people play it. One of these days, I swear. Anyways, how's it going? Happy Monday. I've done absolutely nothing for my day off today, which is awesome. I love doing fuck all. I'm getting a sense of dread because I do not do well with downtime, you see. You're always gotta be doing something. While it was nice doing absolutely nothing, I get filled with a sense of dread if I do fuck all. I always gotta be productive. But yeah. Otherwise, I feel pretty good about my day off. Let me just do this real quick.
Disappointing. Obliterate form and spirit. Release. Concentrate.
Swing. Oh. Oh, people are going crazy about Genshin. That's like my neighbor, I'm not gonna worry about that. Ooh, this chat pop-out thing is super nice. Has that always been there? Anyhow. I wanted to do the summer event and Zenless Zone 0 before Wuthering Waves update drops in like 3 days maybe. So should be enough time to finish this, hopefully.
Good morning. How's your mood today?
Good morning.
Take a look around.
The friends. Yuzuha and Alice stand at the entrance of Mystic Ware, seemingly engaged in an animated discussion. On noticing your arrival, they exchange a quick glance and clear their throats.
Wise? Belle, I've got a question. When you think about summer, what comes to mind?
Beaches. Vacation.
Summer means vacation, obviously. Throw on a swimsuit, hit the beach, and make a splash. These are the memories that'll make your whole year shine.
For proxies, who you would assume to be just like homebodies would be pretty big about the beach. Actually, I am a homebody and I'm pretty big about the beach as well, so.
I agree with Belle. Hanging out with friends at the video store last summer was fun, but nothing beats a beach vacation.
Aw, I didn't realize you missed out last summer. Well, this is the perfect chance to make up for it. I think you'll love what we've got planned.
Oh? Is there some kind of event going on?
Yuzuha flashes a slightly smug smile. Alice, right on cue, pulls out 2 paper tickets from her pocket, blushing as she hands them over. Oomphy.
Guys, Belle, thanks for your help before. We couldn't have done it without you. These 2 free resort vouchers are a small token of appreciation from Yuzuha and me. Please accept them. School's out, so we're all going. Me, Alice, and Monato. Let's make it the best summer ever! Spook Shack style!
Sweet! Resort vouchers! Wise and I will gladly take those off your hands.
Thank you. By the way, what do you mean by Spook Shack style? Will the activities be heavily related to ghost stories?
Oh yeah, he doesn't. Wise is just like me. He doesn't do well with horror.
That'd just make Alice freak out.
Also thematic.
Walking along the beach, feeling the waves lap at your ankles, kicking back in a lounge chair under the sun, watching fireworks light up the night sky. Something like that.
Oh yeah, ghost stories are like pretty popular in like when it's like summer.
Sorry, but that just sounds like a regular vacation. Where's the Spook Shack energy?
Well, the Spook Shack part is really just about how we found the place. We stumbled across a post about it on Internet's Spook Shack board.
Oh, isn't that still related to ghost stories? If it's mentioned in a Spook Shack post, no way it's just some regular resort, right?
But Alice and I scoped it out in person, and we didn't sense anything supernatural. There are some rumors online, but I'm pretty sure they're just made-up stories.
Is it like a rundown beach resort? And the supernatural aspect of it is driving people away. And now it's like a rundown resort that we have to manage. The usual event.
I agree with Yuzuha. I didn't notice anything weird at all. Apart from being a little empty and quiet, everything else seemed pretty normal.
Well, if Alice says so, then I think it should be fine. I'm just not great with ghost stories and stuff. Belle, wanna head home and dig out those swimsuits we never got to wear?
Oh, right! Besides swimsuits, don't forget to pack casual clothes and your camera! The full vacation kit! We're booking out the entire resort, so this isn't your everyday getaway.
The entire resort?
Hold up. You booked out what? The entire resort?
Oh, did I forget to mention that? So the place was pretty empty, right? Alice and I did a little negotiating, and we managed to lock in short-term management rights at a ridiculously low price.
Huh.
Of course, I used the event fund Spook Shack's been saving up for ages. This has got to be the best deal I've scored lately.
Never thought that was possible. That was very Spook Shack of you.
Wait. One thing that I like about this is that Wise is involved. Usually in flagship events for usually flagship events, it's only just like one proxy that's usually involved. And then this time they just decided to have both of them involved. So that's a pretty nice change. Did that happen in the last flagship event?
Negotiation worked out. But after everything that's happened lately, I think we all deserve a little time to unwind. Anyway, I've sent the address to your knock-knock. Alice and I will be waiting there, swimsuits on and ready to go. Huh? But I haven't even bought a swimsuit yet this year.
This year?
Don't worry. I've already picked one out for you. You have? I don't know how I feel about this.
Wise and I will go pack our stuff. See you at the resort.
My favorite thing about Alice is that she has like the bunny mouth. The triangle bunny mouth. She is a bunny girl, so it makes sense. We packed our swimsuits, gadgets, and essentials in record time. Using the address Yuzuha gave us, we drove out to the seaside resort in the Throne Quarter. Umida! You know how it is. Who's that? Oh. Where's Monoto? I thought he's supposed to be here. Yuzuha says, Wise, Belle, you're here. So what do you think? This is the place Alice and I fell in love with. The Fantasy Resort. Not much of a crowd here, but the view's pretty sweet, right? You guys must have checked into the hotel by now. How are the rooms? Nice and clean? Did you really rent out this whole place? We asked. Yuzuha says we'll be in charge around here for a while. Don't worry, the place will still run as usual. It's all possible thanks to Alice, who contributed a whopping 88% of the event budget for Spook Shack. Here comes the rich girl. Why 88%? It's such a weird number. Because it's perfectly symmetrical. Alice says, that's the most symmetrical number. Let's not get hung up on that. Yuzuha says, alright, stop teasing Alice. Did you all bring your swimsuits like we planned? Got it with me. Yuzuha says, let's head to the changing room and get into our swimsuits. Then we'll go meet the manager here together. Alice says, wait a second, Yuzuha. This swimsuit you picked out for me is kinda... how do I put it? A bit too revealing. Yuzuha says, don't worry, I spent ages picking this out at Lumina Square. It's gonna be super cute. Come on, let's go try these on. Alice says, Wise, Belle? Catch you later. Ayoke. Yuzuha pushes Alice away. You grab your swimsuits and head to the changing room.
What a beautiful day! Perfect for hanging out with friends.
Yuzuha!
Alice, get over here. Hi! How does it look?
Cute, Alice, cute. We will be rolling. The friends. Where's Minato? I thought he was supposed to be here. The blonde girl says, Yuzuha, Alice, are these the special guests you mentioned? Yuzuha says, yeah. Wise and Bella are important friends of ours, and we brought them here for a holiday. Guys, let me introduce you to Therese and Ige. How do you pronounce that name? The owner and caretaker of the resort. Therese. Nice to meet you both. I'm the current owner of Fantasy Resort, though I just inherited it from my late father. Ige Edge. His name's... How the fuck do you pronounce that name? It's a Turkish name. Ege? Imagine your name is Ege. Ege says, hi, I'm the caretaker. Before Yuzuha and Alice arrived, the two of us managed all resort matters ourselves. While you're vacationing here, feel free to unwind and enjoy yourselves. This place is perfect. For a vacation, at least. The rest says, you really think so? Thanks. It feels like it's been ages since I've heard tourists say that. Miss, please try to compose yourself a little, Ege says. Here's a handkerchief. Since Miss Alice and Miss Yuzuha have taken over for now, I do hope you'll allow yourself to set down your usual burdens for a little while. Apologies for the scene. The resort has been going through a slump in guest numbers lately, and Miss Therese has been carrying quite a bit of pressure because of it, but please don't let that concern you. Do enjoy your vacation to the fullest. We'll bring this place back up to, like... Can you tell us about the resort? Ege says, certainly. The Fantasy Resort was originally established under the direction of Therese's father, and has now been in official operation for 5 years. Our guiding principle has always been to serve the broader public, not just the privileged few. To achieve this, aside from the resort hotel, which is still our main source of income, we've also put together a number of leisure and entertainment options: the aquarium, the sailboat drink stand, surfing, stage performances. But we've been running at a loss these past few years, so most of the attractions had been put on hold. I'm really sorry about that. I know renting this place, you'd naturally expect a wider variety of attractions. Alice says it's quite alright. I've already prepared myself the moment I saw the figure you quoted for the short-term management rights. I understand you're going through a difficult time and are in urgent need of income to offset the losses. Yuzuha says, and the attractions are just on hold, right? As long as the basics are still there, that's more than enough for us. By the way, just making sure, while Alice and I are in charge, we're keeping all the profits, right? The rest says yes. As per our agreement, once the quoted payment has been made, all revenue generated during the agreement period will be yours. We only collect that fixed sum and will provide support without interfering with your decisions or directions. Ege says, whether you choose to make changes here or simply relax and enjoy your stay, it's completely up to you. The rest says, I'll be at the resort's reception to assist with guest inquiries. If you have any questions, feel free to come find me at any time. Our staff will also be on hand to assist you whenever needed. Interesting thing that we got going on here. Management rights, that they could just like pass it over to somebody else. Like, we could improve this place and it would be at the benefit of the owners once the term is done. Is it not? He went to ask more about the resort, like its background, why it's run into financial trouble, but the look in Yuzuha and Alice's eyes says they've got something else to talk about. So you give Therese and Ege a quick nod and see them off. What are your plans here? Gang, what are you cooking? Yuzuha says, sorry, Wise Bell. Judging by your faces, you probably wanted to ask Therese more questions, but Alice and I need to have a private chat first. Wise says, no worries. If you got something in mind, we'd love to hear it too. Alice says, before that, Yuzuha, Why does the swimsuit you chose have an asymmetrical leg band? The classic Hoyo design. Yuzuha says, calm down, princess. Sometimes asymmetry looks better. How about trying it out? Alice says, since you put it that way, I really can't say no to you. It is a gift after all. Ever since I met you, all my tolerance for asymmetry keeps improving. How did this happen? Alice says, let's get back on topic. From our conversation before and what we've seen around the resort, it looks like things are even more dire.
Fantasy Resort's current situation is even worse than I expected.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, would you rather just ignore the mess and spend the whole vacation here zoning out?
Of course not! Since I've taken over this place, even just temporarily, I've got to step up and get this business back on track!
Well said. Now that's the Alice I know.
That said, bringing this place back to life won't be easy. What exactly do you have in mind?
About that, I've already got some ideas brewing. While I was walking around the resort earlier, I noticed a lot of shops and attractions that had shut down because business dried up. If we want to promote the place and bring the crowds back, I think flashy entertainment might work better than focusing on the finer service details. If we can get those attractions up and running again...
We can promote the resort by making entertainment our signature feature. Not bad, my lady. You've got more in you than I give you credit for.
Business management with the
Yuzuha,
girlies.
Are you underestimating me? I've taken some business courses, you know. I've at least got some idea of how to build up popularity. And this swimsuit you picked. I've never worn anything like this before. I'm not sure if it really suits me. You're not messing with me, are you?
Of course not. It suits you perfectly. Just look at Belle's face. That'll prove I'm telling the truth.
You both look great. Those swimsuits look perfect on you. Super cute.
You think so? Okay, that's a relief.
Alice, your ears are wiggling.
Enough already! Stop staring at me like that! You're grinning too, Yuzuha! I've laid out my plan. Now it's your turn.
Me? Well, instead of conventional methods, I'd rather go all in on one bold move. Did you see that big stage covered in cobwebs on your way over?
Yeah, I saw it. Actually, I stopped and stared for a while. Those webs were symmetrical from every angle. I was fascinated by them.
I love Alice. She's just like Death the Kid, so an immediate favorite. Death the Kid was like my favorite character out of like Soul Eater.
That stage is the heart of my plan.
He's like one of he's in my all-timer list favorite for like anime characters.
Are you thinking of fixing up the stage and throwing a party?
No, a party or a show won't cut it. I want to host a massive beach music festival on this stage!
Yeah, speaking of Death the Kid, I miss Soul Eater. I never hopped on like Fire Force. Maybe it's time, but I do miss Soul Eater. It's just different. I feel like the charm of Soul Eater is like completely different from like Fire Force or something. Never really had or saw the appeal of Fire Force. Maybe if I hop on Fire Force eventually it'll warm up on me.
Imagine rising bands rocking the stage, waves crashing in rhythm with the beats, fireworks lighting up the sky during the peak of the show. A music festival like that is its own best advertisement.
Oh, I get it. With so many people on vacation right now, a festival like this could really draw in a crowd and put the resort's name out there.
We know some people.
That's a genius idea, Yuzuha. You truly are the queen of marketing.
The proxy's connections are gonna be central to this marketing strategy, since we know Astra Yao.
Alice, you're not still mad about my little tease earlier, are you?
Not at all. I genuinely think this is a great idea. Once the resort's attractions are up and running, we'll need a headline event to take the hype to the next level.
Right? Fun daily activities topped off with a beach music festival on the last day of the vacation. It's the perfect combo!
Now that we've got a plan, it's time to make it happen. As for the bands at the music festival, I'll talk to Mr. Arnold and see if he can help us book some decently popular bands for the lineup.
We'll get Mochi the Rock.
Awesome! Thanks! I'll go take another look at the shutdown attractions. Feels like there's still room for improvement before we reopen. Manato's shift is almost over. Once he gets here, he should be able to help out with something too.
I'll help too. That's a lot of work for just the three of you.
Belle, you and Wise are here as guests and as friends. All you need to do is relax and enjoy your vacation. The Timefield family would never ask guests to work.
But I'd rather spend my vacation with you guys. If helping out means we can get things done sooner, then we'll be able to spend more time together.
That's pretty convincing. What do you think, Yuzuha?
My lady, I know you're asking for my opinion and all, but those twitching ears of yours have already given away the answer you're hoping to hear. All right then, Belle. I've made the executive decision that you and Wise are now officially our special guest consultants. Just tossing us some advice while you're enjoying your leisure time would be a huge help.
When can I start fishing and start filling up the aquarium? My Animal Crossing and Zenless Zone Zero peak. This is why this game is my favorite game. Favorite gacha game, at least. I want to start fishing and start filling up the aquarium. Yuzuha says, now that the plan's set, it's time to put it into action. How about we split up and check out those out-of-service attractions? Alice says, I noticed the shop we just passed that seemed to offer surfing. Kinda caught my interest. Yuzuha says, same here. The shooting booth near the sailboat drink stand looks pretty interesting. Let's split up and take a look. Belle thinks to herself, Yuzuha and Alice have already decided what they want to do. I should get moving too. Who should I team up with first to bring one of the shutdown attractions back to life? Wait, who the... Shooting gallery with Yuzuha or surfing with Alice? I've no idea. Shooting gallery first, why not? It's just gonna be like how it was in Lies of P. Shooting game, huh? Oh right, her parasol is a gun. Yuzuha says, a shooting game booth, huh? I remember when Dad used to take me to festivals as a kid. I'd always plant myself in front of these and refuse to budge. Did you win a lot of prizes? Yuzuha says, I've been a crack shot since I was little. I'd come with an armful of plushy prizes and share them with my little siblings every time. Alright, enough reminiscing. We gotta get that shooting game up and running again. But just bringing it back a regular old shooting booth feels kinda boring. You can find games like that anywhere. Maybe we can spice it up a little, make it way more fun. How so? Right as you're all caught up in the conversation, a laid-back girl silently shows up by your side. Who's that? It's a lazy girl. Are you two the bosses of my boss that she mentioned? Sorry, you are? We ask. Her name is Mia. I'm Mia, the intern Miss Therese has just hired. Though I'm new on the job, I've lived around here since I was little, so I pretty much know the place inside out. Can I help you with anything? Yuzuha says, Mia, are you the one in charge of this booth? I was wondering, could we maybe shoot at moving targets while we're on the move ourselves? Mia says, I'm not sure. It sounds pretty tricky. Our resort does have this cruise tour around the island. If you want a moving platform without doing the moving yourself, that could work. Yuzuha says, shooting on a boat? That sounds awesome. Mia says, but we don't have any moving targets here, so I'm just thinking out loud. Setting up launcher points for targets at sea and stuff. That's way beyond our current. That's way beyond our resort's current budget, anyway. Yuzuha says, "Yeah, you've got a point. You probably need to get some custom mechanical devices made for that. Let me think if there's a more budget-friendly solution." About that, we know someone who's pretty much an expert. Are we gonna get Grace over here? Yeah, that's what I thought. The proxies are gonna be central in like the business management aspect of the resort, naturally. Yuzuha says, "Whoa, really? Didn't know you had connections like that, Belle. That's a huge help. Can I ask them for some advice? If they're up for a little vacation, I'll give them a locals-only deal they won't be able to resist." It's definitely Grace. Under Yuzuha's expectant gaze, you shoot Grace a quick knock-knock message and give her a brief rundown of the situation. You'd figure it'd take at least half a day for her to show up, but to your surprise, she arrives in under an hour, with a fleet of mysterious purpose drones buzzing right behind her. Right, because in YFA Peninsula, I think they were in YFA Peninsula or something with some projects. I remember that little dude from the fishing event. Grace's proxy, long time no see. I can't believe you're running a resort with your friends now. We're really branching out, huh? Just here to lend a hand, we say. Grace says, "So, long story short, Miss Ukinami and Miss Mia here want to design a boat-based shooting attraction for the resort, but they're stuck without a mechanical system to control the moving targets." Yuzuha says, "Yes, exactly, Grace. Could you give us some advice? With the resort's current budget, spending money on custom mechanical devices isn't very realistic." Grace says, "No need to get anything custom made. Where's the boat heading out to sea? I'll take care of everything you need right now." "Really?" we say. Grace says, "Of course. See these drones. I brought these kids here just for this. Give me a moment to prepare things on the boat, then you can take this brand new setup for a spin out at sea." Yuzuha says, "Thanks a ton, Miss Grace. In that case, I'm taking my modded umbrella for a test run. I'll fill you in once I'm back." Mia says, "Huh? The game's coming back already? Should we head out now?" Sure. Okay, minigames. The minigames. Mia leads you and Yuzuha to the dock, where you wait as Grace tinkers around on the tour boat for quite a while. Mia says, "Miss Grace says we're all set. Alright, let's get out on the boat and head out." Okay. Does it have to be Yuzuha every time we're like on the boat? Score points by hitting targets as they appear. Drag mouse to move the crosshair. Okay. Direction. Yep. We're familiar. Reload automatically. Is it like Nikke? Is it like Nikke? It's like Nikke.
The weather's great and I'm feeling hyped. Now where are the targets?
Motherfucker, it's Nikke.
Huh? Drones? Where did they come from? I see. So these stealth drones are actually the targets. We just need to shoot down all the targets they're carrying.
Where's the targets? When hit by bullets or explosive attacks, it will create... Oh, there's explosive ones. Time your shots. Yep, right.
That was awesome! Let's keep it up and finish strong!
We got Nikke and like...
Not over yet! Ha!
We got Girls Frontline completely like...
Continue! Ha!
aping Nikke's like... gameplay, and now you got Zenless Zone Zero also doing it. I already got an S-Rack, do I still need to? Okay. Wonder how many stages are there. Yuzuha says, trial run complete? So, how was my performance on the ship? Did I blow your minds? You sure did. Yuzuha says, that was amazing, Miss Grace. These drones are so cool. Have they been on the boat the whole time? No need to get into all those details. I want to know too, we say. Grace says they can operate on their own according to the program I've set. Once placed on the boat heading out to sea, they'll take off in batches at the preset times and fly around the vessel at a fairly consistent speed. With various targets attached beneath these kids, visitors on the boat simply need to shoot at the targets. Any drone whose target is hit will follow its programmed instructions and return to its standby position on the boat. Yuzuha says, whoa, I can't believe something like this exists. Alice has to see this later. You know how her science brain lights up at stuff like this. Grace says, no need to be so surprised. Everyone, it's just a little design I'm still refining. Simply put, there are loads of these drones sitting in Bellabog's warehouse, and I figured this would be the perfect place to put them to use. You've got a bunch of them? Indeed, but the rental price for these drones... Grace says, the price? It's free, of course. Like I said, these little drones are still in the testing phase, so their stealth control capabilities aren't all that stable yet. I was actually planning to take them into the Hollow for some ethereal testing, but you gave me a better idea. These kids are in your hand now. Use them as the final piece of the puzzle. Keep track of their performance and report back to me so I can see what issues remain and where there's room for improvement. Grace, you really came through for us. We love you. Grace says you've done so much for us. Grace says you've done so much for us already, Proxy. Plus, if this project gets a lot of visitors trying it out, we'll get a pretty sweet sample size from the test results. That'd be a huge help to me. Sample size equals 30. Yuzuha says, Grace, would you be interested in staying a few more days at Fantasy Resort? That way you'll get any test feedback right away, and it's the perfect excuse to take a well-deserved break. Grace says, you know what? That's a great idea. Business has been booming lately, and with more and more projects coming in, the whole team's been feeling the heat. Everyone could really use a break. That's oomph! Hi, crew. Grace says, in that case, I'll take you up on the offer, Ukinami. I'll go ahead and get these kids settled on the boat. After that, it's all in your hands. Then it's time for me to head back and help the little ones pack for the trip. Grace takes off with her fleet of amazing drones. All that remains is to prepare a few water guns for guest use, and just like that, your attraction's back in business. Nice. Yuzuha says, Belle, thanks to you and Grace, Archipelago Shoot has now officially become one of the resort's signature attractions. Mia says, Yuzuha, while you were trying out the game, I came up with a few more routes and some fresh targets. I can really see the potential for expansion here. Oh, and I've been promoting the project online too. Believe it or not, I hang out on internet pretty often. I'm sure some gaming fans will be curious to give it a try. Sure. Mia's more of a homebody than I expected. Man, if I lived right next to a beach though, I would be at the beach every day. I'm a little bit of a homebody myself, but if I lived right next to a beach, I would be at the beach every day. It's like my dream. Maybe, who knows, if I strike it rich. Yuzuha says, you're way more motivated than you seemed at first, Mia. I'll leave this booth in your hands then. I'll make sure to test out every new route you came up with myself. Mia says, no problem, leave it to me. Okay, Alice next. Why is Kuya just like fucking playing video games out on the beach? Okay, you know what? Fair. That was also me sometimes in Mexico after I'm done swimming in like Mexico, I would also do the same. Like I was literally just like my last trip in Mexico. I was just playing like, what was I playing? Like I was just like playing Blue Archive at the beach or something. Or maybe Honkai Star Rail. Why says, Belle, the scenery here is really nice. I think I'll take a little stroll. Mind handling the early part of the resort revival plan? Mind handling the early part of the resort revival plan for now? Oh, fine. Kuya's so lazy. Y says, that's my sister, always so dependable. I'll treat you to a cold drink later. Alright, since we're planning a music festival, maybe we could ask Astra? Astra probably won't have time anyway. Y says, you have a point. Alice and Yuzuha are in charge now, so it's best to follow their ideas. Why is oh my god to? Wait, who's this NPC? She kinda bad though. Alice says, since I'm rolling at Celestia School for Girls, I've been swamped with all kinds of classes and haven't had time to hit the beach and surf. Before I knew it, I'd almost forgotten all the techniques my dad taught me when I was little. A cheerful woman says, so looking at the surfboards and feeling that salty ocean breeze, would you like to catch some waves again, Alice? Alice says, I mean, I'd love to, but right now restoring this entire surfing attraction seems like the more pressing matter. What, did something go wrong, we ask? Alice says, there you are, Belle. Let me introduce you. This is Helen, our new team member. She's in charge of the summer ski shop, as well as managing the resort's surfing attraction. Her name's Helen. Helen says, hey there, I'm with the Yanis Quarter professional surfing team. I came here to rest and recover, but the rest asked me if I could help out, so here I am. Alice says, as you can see, the resort has always offered surfing as one of its attractions. As a classic water sport, it should have been able to draw in plenty of enthusiasts, but after taking a closer look, I realized there's a problem. Alice says, the waves around here are way too small. At this level, they simply won't be enough to attract visitors who are serious about surfing. I wonder if installing some wave generators near the shore might help. Not that I'm an expert on this stuff. Helen says, hard to say. Even before we talk about whether it'll work or not, our resort's budget alone can't really handle that kind of expense. What if you look at it differently? Like figure something out on the surfboard? Helen says, like, you mean using electric surfboards? That would help reduce the impact of weak waves, but they don't really address the root of the problem. Not to mention the budget concerns. If only our surfing experience could be as thrilling as riding a motorcycle in the outer ring. Speaking of riding motorcycles in the outer ring, maybe we could ask a certain someone for help. Wait, who? Bernice? Whose expertise would like? Who from the Sons of Caledon would work best here? I just said Bernice because she's the meme girl, but I think... What? Piper? Lucy, okay. Alice says, you mean Lucy? I've got a feeling she might be onto something good. I have no idea how Lucy... Okay. Come to think of it, Alice says, Lucy was always the type to break the rules back at Celestia. She even ended up dropping out and making her way to the outer ring. She always had unique takes on everything we discussed. Let's reach out to her. I also think we could learn a thing or two. If possible, I'd love to invite her and her friends over for a vacation, as long as she doesn't mind that there's nothing much here yet. Lucy! I love Lucy. You open Knock Knock and with Alice and reach out to Lucy, who's all the way out in the outer ring, explaining the trouble you've run into. Even though Fantasy Resort was quite far from the outer ring, less than an hour after sending the message, you hear the roar of several motorcycles, and the familiar steel tusk even slowly pulled into the hotel parking lot. Wait, everybody's here. Everybody's here. Lucy says, good day, Proxy. Alice. I heard you weren't feeling too well before, but seeing you in your swimsuit now seems like you're all better, huh? Wait, I've never realized that Alice has a little bunny bun. Wait, has she always had like a bunny bun? A tail bun? Back when we were playing like the main story? I don't remember. And I played Alice a lot. during the since she's like a non-field attacker. Alice says, I wouldn't have met such amazing friends if you hadn't introduced me to Wise and Belle, so thank you, Lucy. Lucy says, it was nothing. No need to make such a big deal out of thanking me. More importantly, as soon as we heard about swimming, lounging, and sunbathing at the resort, Caesar and the others dragged me here at full throttle. They're checking into the hotel right now. You guys are so full of energy, like always. Lucy says, the second they heard there was a special rate for friends, they completely lost it. Totally hopeless, but whatever. Anyway, you're trying to figure out how to improve the surfing program, right? Lucy says, smart of you to come to the Sons of Caledon. If it's just a plain old surfing you're after, we're not the ones to ask, but if you're looking for a real thrill, something fast and wild, then the biker gang's got just the answer. We, the Sons of Caledon, will transform the resort's surfing into a feast for biker gangs on the high seas. Wait, how? That sounds cool, but how? Lucy says, alright, are you ready? We'll modify the surf course and surfboard, then you can give it a test run to see how it feels. Alice says, thanks, Lucy. I'm truly glad we reached out to you. And yes, your plan sounds perfectly fine to me. Helen says, a modification from the biker gang? Sounds exciting. Are we headed out now? Sure, let's go. Wait, I want to run back one of my earlier streams for Zenless Zone Zero. Has Alice always had like a little tail? She does, what the hell? I just simply forgot. Helen leads you and Alice to the beach. After a while, a message pops up on knock knock from Lucy. All set, she says. Looks like it's time to hit the surf course. Helen says, Miss Alice, getting back into the surfing after a long break, huh? Stay safe out there. Remember to keep your balance and feel the rhythm of the waves. The wuthering of the waves. Wait, how does this even work? Use the powered surfboard to achieve the fastest completion time in the first surfing event? Okay. The powered surfboard will automatically move forward. We just simply need to steer. You can drift. While turning, hold space to initiate a drift. No fucking idea. This might be like like a learn by doing type thing. Whoa, we're so fast. Wait, this is just like a...
It's been a while since I went surfing. I'm feeling a little nervous.
Drifto! Oh! While turning, hold space to initiate a drift. Oh shit. Wait. We lost speed.
A custom course and a jet-powered board? This is incredible!
Wait, this is actually pretty...
Zipping across the waves feels like. These mods are amazing! Lucy is truly a genius. Give me 5!
This feels like the racing event from Ayuden Chronicles. The one with the sand ships. Alice says, I'm a bit rusty, but it still feels pretty good. You're really good, Alice, we say. You're totally one with the waves. Alice says, it's all thanks to Lucy's help. I've never seen surf courses and boards like these. How did you make it happen? I want to know too. Lucy says, whether it's on land or sea, as long as there is a path, the spirit of the biker gangs will always burn bright. We've perfectly recreated that rush of riding through the outer ring and the surfing experience. Piper and Bernice modified the surfboards, turning them into fuel-powered boards with the jet propulsion. As for me, I designed the surf courses, complete with props to simulate the kind of situation you'd face on a motorcycle ride. Caesar and Lighter took the surfboards out for a test run and rode the full course to make sure everything was safe. Alright, now you should have a good idea of how it works. Alice says, such a thorough plan. Thank you, Lucy. No matter how you look at it, this is by far the most feasible and cost-efficient solution. With this, even the resort's current budget should be able to cover it. Lucy says, no, we're not planning to charge for these modifications. Leaps and Bounds only handles logistics, so these modifications can't really be considered part of our business. Just take it as my way of saying thanks for always helping us out, and a little token of our friendship. Lucy, you're an angel, we say. Lucy says, alright, flattery won't get you any more favors. If none of you have any more objections, yours truly is gonna tell those dimwits to get to work. After the modifications are done, we'll enjoy a few days off at the resort. Proxy, come find me when you're free. If I'm in a good mood, I might make an exception and let you help me apply some sunscreen. Oh! Eye emoji? Lucy heads off toward the hotel parking lot where Steel Tusk is. This means the surfing project is officially back in action with a brand new look. Alice says, looks like the surfing project's reconstruction is all set. Belle, thanks for all the hard work. You and Lucy both. Helen says, great work, everyone. Watching Alice surf, I really felt the spirit of a dancer at sea. If only I weren't still healing, I'd love to get out on the water too. I already spread the word about this project to my fellow surfers, and I bet we'll soon see more thrill-seeking visitors coming to test their limits. Helen seems to be getting more fired up. So apparently she's injured. Helen. Alice says, Helen, can I count on you to handle the setup for the new courses and keep the surfing project running? With your enthusiasm, I'm sure you'll inspire plenty of people to give it a try. I'll be dropping by often to join in too. Helen says, don't worry. I'll definitely turn this place into the new holy ground for new Eridu surf enthusiasts. Leveled up. What else can we do? Do I have to keep doing like the events? Hi, Therese. Therese says, is there something I can help you with, Belle? Tell Therese about the resort construction progress. I filled Therese in on the resort development plans and the revival process for both Archipelago Shoot and the surfing activities. Therese says, thank you all so much. As you can see, Ege and I did everything we could to bring the resort's popularity back, but nothing really worked. Maybe I just don't have my father's business sense. But after hearing what you guys have been up to, even I can tell that this combo really packs a punch. It'll definitely knock people off their feet. Draw them in. If Miss Alice and Miss Yuzuha have already started working on this, then please do let me, Ege, and the rest of the staff to give you our full support. I didn't say it earlier, but the future of this resort really means a lot to us. Let's do our best, I say. Therese says, I knew reaching out on internet was the right call. I'm sure that once we get this plan rolling, the resort will be bustling again in no time. Let's focus on boosting visitor traffic to the resort. We'll open up new attractions, host music festivals. With every step we take, the traffic should go up. And if you ever need updates on the resort's operations or visitor traffic data, just drop by the reception. I'll have the latest numbers ready for you. Alright, let me take a look now. Is this where we claim our goodies? What's the next steps? The rest is fired up too. Brainstorm with Yuzuha and Alice about other ideas to view to boost visitor traffic. Okay.
Think you can beat my surf speed record?
Where's the oomph? Alice says, playing shooting games on the ocean with drones that can turn invisible as moving targets? Seriously, I've never heard of anything like it. Alice says, Yuzuha, are you actually a genius when it comes to inventing stuff? Yuzuha says, you don't lay it on that thick with everyone, do you, my lady? I just happen to ride along with Belle and Grace, that's all. But surfing like the biker gangs? Now that sounds like a blast. Yuzuha says, would you look at that? We've got 2 solid attractions already. So, what should we whip up next? Fishing! Fishing, please, for me. Alice says, as for our next step, I believe I may have something in mind. After all, even in a resort like this, that place does rather stand out. Is it the aquarium? What are they talking about? Yuzuha says, looks like we're on the same wavelength. I was already thinking it when I passed by that spot. When it comes to the seaside, you just can't miss this. What is it? The aquarium, nice. Yes, let's go fishing. Deep sea fishing trip. Well, so much for being on the same wavelength. Wait, they have different things to say. Who was the one who mentioned what? Oh, Yuzu has had deep sea fishing trip, and the other one, the aquarium, was Alice. Alice says, why deep sea fishing of all things? Yuzuha, didn't you notice the aquarium in the shopping district is completely empty right now? If we could fill those tanks with fish again, we'd have another iconic attraction right there. Yeah, it sounds like the upkeep for this resort sounds hella expensive. Like, you got, like, an aquarium? Yuzuha says, but where are we even gonna get the fish from? To make the aquarium impressive enough to draw crowds, we'd have to spend a whole lot of dennies, right? But fishing is different. All we need is a boat and some rods, and it'll let visitors really connect with the sea. Alice says, not everyone's into fishing, you know. And besides, leaving the resort's aquarium empty like this doesn't feel right either. Rather than focusing on fishing, I really think we should look into restoring the aquarium first. Belle thinks to herself, feels like the disagreement's getting intense. But come to think of it, maybe fishing and the aquarium don't have to be mutually exclusive. What if we just use the fish people catch to fill the aquarium? In reality, probably not, like... But for in-game purposes, it sounds like a pretty fun idea. Alice says, that's actually a great idea. The Throne Quarter has rich marine resources, so we should be able to reel in quite a variety. This would solve the issue of where to get display fish and give those caught at sea a proper home. Yuzuha says, let's do it then. Catching the fish ourselves and filling the aquarium little by little. That's way more rewarding than just getting them from somewhere else. Yuzuha says, Therese told me her bamboo station by the dock, handling all the boat trips. Let's go have a chat with it about our fishing plans. Alice says, Belle, Yuzuha, you two go on ahead. I'd like to stop by the aquarium first and get a better sense of how things are there. I'll be waiting for your good news. Leave it to us. Yeah, normally no. Not feasible in reality, but for in-game purposes, we'll just roll with it. Wait, where'd Kuya Wise go? Wait, there's people at the resort. I thought they said that this was a ghost town. There's people here. MP. Its name is MP. Yuzuha says, hey little Bangbu, so MP is your name? The rest says you're quite the little captain. Think you could take us out fishing? MP says, what's with the little Bangbu and little captain? I'm a veteran Bangbu with over 15 years of experience. Call me Captain MP. Oh, MP because he's an emperor penguin. Okay, got that. MP says, fishing lover, photography enthusiast. By day, I'm out at sea chasing whale sharks. By night, I'm roaming around with my trusty camera, bazooka, snapping shots of flowers and leaves. That's just everyday life for me, MP. I can tell you're up there in age. Your hobbies are total senior stuff. MP says, anyway, so you're Therese's new friends, right? If you're looking to go fishing, I could take you out to sea. I'm a Bangbu, terror of the sea, and I'm one heck of a captain. Yuzuha says, wow, you really live up to your name, Captain MP. So if any tourists want to go fishing later, I bet you can get them there and back safely, right? MP says, tourists? Strangers. They're kind of scary. No, I'll try my best. So Therese doesn't have to worry about the resort anymore. And the resort can thrive again. As a little reward, I'm gonna bring my camera along and take some lovely scenery shots when I get a break. Yuzuha says, you're the best, Captain MP. So, are we good to head out now? MP says, yeah, we can. Just, there's only one small boat available right now, so we can only fish near the coast. As for the bigger one, it broke down a while ago and we don't have the money to fix it. If the resort really starts making some money, we might be able to get it fixed, and then we can go fishing in even more distant spots. But for now, if you're ready, shall we get going? Let's go fishing! Ah, I love this. This is gonna be like Animal Crossing. You get to fill out like the aquarium with the fish that you catch. Wait, you can choose either one of Alice or Yuzuha as a companion to take out to sea. Wow, what's the companion do? They just hang out? Learn about fishing with Yuzuha. Yuzuha says, nothing beats the feeling of being out at sea. The boat's steady now, Belle. How about we do a little fishing here and see what we can haul in for the aquarium? All the fishing gear is already set up here. I'm not great at fishing myself, but I'll be right here cheering you on. Go, go, go. Start fishing. Oh, okay, so the companion are just like your hype squad.
I'm feeling pumped! Woohoo!
Oh, a big one. Why is it 3-star immediately?
Take my bait! I got something!
What do you mean you got something? I got something.
This color's gorgeous!
Oh, it's a shiny.
Let's try again next time!
We could only fish like twice. MP says, you caught such a big fish so quickly? You've got some real skill. Well, I was the ultimate angler championship winner, you know. Canonically. MP says, wait, are you talking about the Elpis Ultimate Angler Championship? Don't tell me you're the champion of the human division. The one and only. But is there a division for Bangbus? MP says, oh, it's you. I'm the champion of the Bangbu division. In photography, I studied under Master Snap, and in fishing, I learned from President Chi Yu of the Redo Fishing Association. What a twist of fate to meet another champion here. Since fate brought us together, I'll give you a little bonus. You know how you often catch duplicate fish or ones you don't want when fishing? Yeah, it happens a lot. Give me all those fish and I'll trade you some angler commemorative coins for them. Wait, what does that do? Those are special tokens made by the Redo Fishing Association. Just for us fishing-loving Bangbu. and they usually only circulate among us. If we sell fish to the association, they'll trade us these coins in return. Save up enough angler commemorative coins and you can get all kinds of good stuff. Better rods, decorations, not a single denny needed. From now on, let's trade in fish and commemorative coins. It's my way of recognizing you as an ultimate angler. Keep reeling in those rare catches and help make the resort shine. Thanks, MP. MP says no need for thanks. We're both anglers here. Now, let's check your haul. Want to swap it for some commemorative coins? No. I'll take a look though. Wait, we're gonna turn these into the aquarium though. There's a CAD storage interface. Can be showcased at the aquarium, Mirage Aquarium. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna be trading anything in yet. Complete the follow-up missions to unlock Fairy's auto fishing rod. Your fairy can help us fish. Then the feature, head to the fishing spot. Okay. Nearby, head back. Okay. Oh shit, there seems like there's a lot to do in this event. It's probably gonna take more than like 3 days to finish it. When is the Wuthering Waves 2.5 update dropping? I want to finish this event before 2.5 drops. 24? 3 days. Exactly 3 days. Okay, should be enough.
This sea breeze feels so refreshing. I wish every day could be this sunny.
As long as you keep smiling, I'm sure every day will be summer vibes.
You sure know how to sweet talk 'em, don't ya? As a reward, how about a massage later?
Huh?
What's with that face? Kama's the one giving the massage, not me. But how should I put this? I just wanted to say thanks, you know?
For what?
The breeze is picking up a little. Wanna scoot a bit closer?
Whoa.
Belle, thanks for sticking around and spending this summer with us at the resort.
So, you didn't get this resort just to have fun, did you? It's for Alice, right?
So you noticed, huh? Well, after everything that's happened, she's been kind of down lately.
Belle hit her with that I know what you
Bringing her
are.
to the beach, letting her take a break from all the real-world stress, might help ease her worries. At least a little.
But what about you? I want to see you drop the tough act and give us a real, honest smile for once.
Thanks for caring about me, too. But don't worry. Right now, I'm enjoying the most ordinary, yet most beautiful summer vacation.
You know what? Maybe.
Well, you might just be the best spooky story I've stumbled upon this summer.
Oh, what an honor. Should I expect myself to show up on Spook Shack's Internaut page next?
Let me think. Nah, better not. That'd be way too embarrassing.
Cute. Belle hit her with that I know what you are. Anyways, back to the resort. Under MP's escort, you've returned to the resort's reception area with Yuzuha. Yuzuha says, that was quite an experience, wouldn't you say, Belle? I'm really happy just being here. Feeling the sea breeze with you. Belle's trying to rinse her up. Yuzuha says, looks like deep sea fishing's all set to be a real attraction for the whole resort now. Oh right, Alice said she was heading to the aquarium earlier. Wonder how it's going over there. I'm off to the aquarium to drop off the fish we just caught. Don't forget to swing by later too, Belle. Yeah, that's the next. Is that not supposed to be the next stop? Yuzuha leaves the reception area, picking up the freshly caught fish that had been left outside, and heads for the aquarium. Oh, here we go! I would like to see the fish that I caught. Oh, we're truly like Animal Crossing gaming. Do we only have like 2 tanks? That can't be it. We got a whole last fucking hammerhead shark in here. And a stingray. Yuzuha says, Belle, you're here. Look, I've already put the fish we caught into the aquarium. How does it look? It's starting to feel like a proper aquarium, we say. Alice says, I agree. If we can add a few more fish species, I'm sure visitors will start coming to check out the aquarium in no time. Age says, thank you all for your help. As you can see, I also serve as the curator of this aquarium, though it's been out of operation for quite some time. But thanks to you, it's finally getting back on track. Alice says, Mr. Ege, why was the aquarium closed before? If we're putting the fish we catch at sea into the tanks, I believe you and MP could easily make it work together. Age says, that's true, but the aquarium was merely a decorative attraction. Something nice to have, but not essential. For a struggling resort, it offered little help and cost too much to maintain, so shutting it down became the only option. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. But you've changed all that? I've heard from Mia and Helen that you've rebuilt 2 attractions already. As long as the resort as a whole can turn a profit, the aquarium will have every reason to stay open. If it's not too much trouble, I'd really love your help making the aquarium a little more beautiful, bit by bit, with all kinds of fish and thoughtful decorations. As the curator, I've always dreamed of showing every visitor just how beautiful the deep sea can be. I'll also do my best to run this place well and make the aquarium a highlight of the resort. Leave it to me, the ultimate angler, we say. Age says, much appreciated. If you ever need more info or want to make changes to the fish or decorations of the aquarium, just let me know anytime. I'll make sure everything is arranged just the way you like. What, so did Zenless Zone Zero actually model the fishes that you catch and like put them in drop catch? I could add a sand. What's the limit that you could put in the... What decorations? I need to buy it. Showcase the shiny one. There we go. There's only 2 tanks. There should be more. Yuzuha says, archipelago shoot, surfing, fishing, an aquarium, and now a music festival in the works. Hard to believe how far the resort has come already. Yuzuha says, Alice, maybe we're actually pretty capable? Alice says, I won't deny it, but honestly, Belle deserves more of the credit. Without her help, things might not have gone so smoothly. Yuzuha says, you're right. Belle, feel like grabbing some ice cream later? My treat. Now we just wait for the resort's visitors to the visitor numbers to climb and enjoy the rest of this vacation. Get some ice cream for my brother too. Yuzuha says, you siblings have such a great bond. Let's go find Wise. We should be wandering around nearby and go kick back together. Will Wise is just like fucking around. He has not contributed at all. Wise says, Belle, you've had quite a day. I saw you with Alice and Yuzuha a couple of times around here. Now take it easy, okay? Let's just enjoy the rest of this vacation. Want some ice cream? You say. Wise says, huh? Your treat? It should be on me. You two did all the heavy lifting just now. Come on, let's go look for them together. Just as the conversation is about to end, a commotion breaks out from the beach below. Sounds like multiple people shouting loudly. Why, who's beefing? Why says, what's going on? Why has it got so noisy all of a sudden? I'll go take a look. We say. Why says, I hope this isn't more trouble. What's the haps, gang? Yuzuha says, sorry about this, Belle. Treating you to ice cream might have to wait. We've got more pressing matters to deal with. What's happening, we say. Alice says we've only just arrived ourselves, so we're not quite sure what's going on. But judging by the scene, it seems like someone's been stirring up trouble here. Yuzuha says, troublemakers showing up just as the resort starts to do well? Totally expected. It's just like how Yumcha-sin's cooking brings out the rats and the roaches. Good thing Sweetie's been putting in serious work every day to keep those pests in check. Yuzuha says, alright, let's deal with this. Can't let the tourists walk away with nothing but bad memories, right? Let's go. We get to beat up some...
I understand your concern, but I assure you, what you're describing is simply not possible.
Wow, what are they doing?
Not possible! I saw it with my own eyes!
Dressed up in a whole last suit. Saw what?
Therese, what's going on?
Alice, there's a group of troublemakers who've been causing a scene, scaring away all the visitors.
Troublemakers? What do you mean? I'm a paying customer here for some honest fun. Your place is haunted and we can't even talk about it? Y'all saw that, right? This place is straight up haunted, and look at how the resort management's handling it. If I wasn't strong and in perfect health, that ghost would have scared me to death!
Whoa, haunted? Tell us all about it. If this is for real, that's some serious stuff.
I was just taking a walk here and thought I saw a figure in the window display.
Why are they just
so
like
I
that
went
at the
to check
fucking
it
beach?
out. And on the other side of the window, I saw,
A creepy portrait of a woman that moves?
Oh yeah! It was this super creepy painting with what looked like a dead woman on it, and she moved. Then she just stared at me. It scared the life out of me.
Just as I thought! There were rumors about this resort being haunted a few years ago. Now we've got proof. Who'd want to stay in a haunted place like this? I want my money back.
Yeah, and this is the Spook Shack aspect of the summer event. You gotta make the Spook Shack faction, like, relevant, right?
That's right! Y'all should stay away from this haunted place. Hey, management, you hear me? I want my money back!
Are you two done with your little stand-up routine?
Our resort has surveillance cameras all over, including right in front of the window display where you two were standing. Let's check the footage and see for ourselves if it's really haunted. Accusing us of being haunted is no small matter. If the surveillance footage proves there's nothing out of the ordinary, you two will have to face consequences.
Are you threatening me? Who's to say you didn't tamper with the cameras beforehand? I know what I saw. Just because it's not caught on camera doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Oh, we just mentioned checking the security footage, and you already know it didn't catch anything? Bit quick to jump to conclusions, don't you think?
Keep your mouth shut.
Anyway, let's check the security footage first. If these two customers still have any objections about what's on camera, we can ask public security to come sort this out. You're okay with that, right?
Like I said, your footage can't be trusted. What part don't you get? Keep playing games with me, and you're gonna regret it.
Dear
Monitor.
guests, if you're feeling sick, I've got some meds right here. And if that can't fix your problems, resorting to violence won't either. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Violence? I didn't intend to get violent.
I'm glad Minato is gonna be an A rank. I wish he was coming out with Alice though. I want to complete the Spook Shack group. The muscular canine Byron, who has just finished his other part-time job, steps forward from the crowd and stands before the two men. Their bravado immediately fades, leaving them frozen in place. But just as the tension seems to ease, a chilling voice cuts through the crowd.
Just like he said, we're all here to relax and have a good time. No matter what kind of dispute you have, violence isn't the answer. I'm sure everyone here would agree with that. That said, these two guests did report something unusual. And let's not forget there were rumors about Fantasy Resort being haunted a few years ago. Management, if you want everyone to feel safe, shouldn't you address it directly?
Willis, shouldn't you be sitting in your air-conditioned office at Three Gates Corp? What are you doing here?
Easy, no need to be so hostile.
What is their relationship?
Business was turning around and came to congratulate you, that's all. Instead of talking about me, shouldn't you be focusing on addressing the concerns of the guests here?
I look around and notice the visitors' expressions have changed. They're uneasy, unsure what to believe. Who is this Willis guy, and why is he talking like he knows everything about the resort?
To all our guests at Fantasy Resort, please allow me to formally address these so-called haunting rumors. When this resort first opened a few years ago, there were indeed rumors. A few guests claimed they saw ghosts, but none of them could provide any solid evidence. There was no way to prove it. No one was injured. We contacted public security immediately and filed a detailed report. In the years that followed, nothing like that has ever happened again. So please, rest assured.
The way you said that sounds like you're calling those guests liars. The ones back then and the two today. And this claim that nothing's happened in years, maybe that's just because nobody's been coming here.
It was because of you. You planted those rumors right after we opened, scared people off, and wrecked the business. Once the place was dead, you didn't need to keep stirring things up. Now that we're finally getting back on our feet, here you are, pulling the same trick again, having your goons dress up as visitors to smear us.
You ill-intended freak. The resort has never haunted. More like we're being haunted by you.
I'm afraid I can't accept these baseless accusations. I represent Three Gates Corp. Are you suggesting that either the old rumors or these two gentlemen have something to do with us? Feel free to investigate all you want. No matter how deep you dig, you'll find our hands are clean. I'm a pretty forgiving person, so I'll pretend I didn't hear those accusations against our group just now. But you may want to tread more carefully from now on. I understand you're all eager to turn a profit, considering your loan payment deadline is approaching. But as your creditor, I really can't encourage putting visitors in danger
the creditor.
with this haunted house business, just to make a quick buck.
So this resort's drowning in debt? No wonder only ghosts would want to come here.
Ah, I see. So it's their creditor. A classic tactic of trying to scare people away so that they will drown in debt and then they could take the resort for themselves. Classic Yakuza shenanigans, dude. This whole thing is a Yakuza side minigame. Side event. Side, what do you call them? Like Tondoko Island. This is just like Dondoko Island. That is so funny. The Yakuzification of Zenless Zone Zero is hilarious. The developers know ball, I guess.
That's not all. Spiders have made themselves at home here too. Guess where? Right in the cash register.
Oh, sir, why do you know what's inside our cash register? Mind explaining that in a bit more detail?
Of course I was just guessing. I just took a wild guess.
Oh yeah? Then I'll go take a look inside the register. You don't mind, right?
What do you mean by that? He was just taking a guess. Is it really necessary to be this suspicious? Right, Mr. Willis?
Sorry, do I know you? The staff here can do whatever they want. It's their right. And if something has gone missing from the cash register, I think a search would be totally justified. Looks like this whole dispute was just a misunderstanding. Well, I've got things to take care of, so I'll be on my way.
As expected of someone from Tops, always quick to cut ties when things go south. Well then, if there really has been a theft, would you two be willing to submit to a quick search?
Damn it, you just can't keep your mouth shut, can you?
What do we do now? No one's backing us up anymore.
What else? Break through! Move, now!
We beat him up. No, we didn't get to beat him up. Yuzuha says, these goons Willis found are looking guiltier by the second and are starting to lash out. Think it's okay if Alice and I give them a little wake-up call? Go for it. Hell yes. Oh yeah, I guess they gotta showcase Alice and Yuzuha skins in battle. There you go. I'm aware. I am aware.
Idiot! The job was simple, but you just had to get greedy and steal stuff.
The waves. Sorry for stealing your spotlight.
But I figured no one was gonna miss that cash anyway!
What the fuck?
The enemy. This job you mentioned. Would you mind explaining it to us in more detail?
Whoops, I used the bar.
No way in hell! From now on, you won't get another word out of us!
Keep it up! Feel the sea breeze.
Oh yeah? Then get...
Whoops. The thugs were quickly taken by resort security, who had just arrived on the scene. They'll be handed over to public security for questioning. Once the theft came to light, the crowd figured the whole ghost story was nothing more than a distraction cooked up by the thieves, and they casually went about their day. Monato says, sorry, my other part-time job's been pretty hectic lately, so I'm running late. I can't believe Troubles managed to follow us all the way out here. Yuzuha says, nah, your timing was perfect, Monato. It was your strong entrance that overwhelmed those two thugs, forcing that guy Willis to step in and try to take control himself. Monato says, that guy, he totally gives off sleazy in a suit vibes. He's a manager at 3 Gates Corp, right? Well, why would a mid-level exec from a big Tops company have it out for this resort? The rest says, Willis has held a grudge against our resort for ages. Like he said, he's our creditor, but for the longest time he didn't even care enough to show up. I didn't expect he'd bring in a gang of thugs today. Ever since he took over, the resort's come back to life. I've honestly started to believe things are turning around. He must have heard about that and decided to stir things up. As for the haunting they mentioned, that absolutely never happened. In the 5 years since the resort opened, there hasn't been a single real paranormal incident. Still, those ghost rumors started making the rounds not long after we first opened. Those ghost rumors struck a devastating blow to our resort, just when it was beginning to flourish. From that point on, things only got worse. I can't believe we nearly went through that nightmare all over again. I'm so glad you were here. Alice says, don't worry. Compared to what we've been through, Willis's little antics are hardly worth her attention. Honestly, his involvement just makes me question whether 3 Gates has any judgment at all. Yuzuha says, let him come back a dozen times and we'll just keep kicking him out. The resort's finally catching on. Let's not let him throw off our plans. Monato says, Yuzuha's right. If these cheap tricks are all he's got, he's no real threat to us now. But, is that really all he's got? He might escalate, you know? Yuzuha says, Bel's got a point. Alright, I'll get Kama to patrol the area and keep an eye out for any shady folks. That way, everyone can chill out a little more. Alice says, I didn't know Kama was capable of that as well. In any case, it seems the emergency has been handled. You must all be tired. Shall we head back to our rooms and rest? Ayoke. Come to think of it, it really is time to get some rest. The vacation started off with such a bang that now, with everything finally calming down, drowsiness creeps in before you know it. After saying your goodbyes to everyone, you head back to your room at the hotel. The steady sound of the ocean lulls you into peaceful sleep. Oh, there's more people now. This might be my favorite. This place is probably gonna be my favorite spot to hang out in. Therese says, thanks for all the hard work you guys put in, Belle. The resort's visitor numbers are growing visibly by the day. Well, it stirred up a bit of trouble, sure, but it's thanks to you and to Alice and Yuzuha's hard work that the resort's been improving so much. I could have never imagined something like this in the past. It's only gonna get better from here, we say. Therese says, I believe we can do this. So, do we need to review the resort's performance and visitor flow? The current numbers are a real surprise compared to before. Alright, let me take a look. How much are there? Whoa, 15,000. I'm gonna be there for a while. Might just have to complete all the minigames to get all the... Oh yeah, we have to do the minigames. Wait, what's this? What do we have to do to increase the rank? It looks like we have to do all of these. Alright, what next? Talk to Therese about the resort's operations, alright. Therese says, morning, Belle. How did you sleep last night? Slept like a baby. The sound of the waves is perfect for falling asleep. I used to have this, like, record player. I used to have this record player in my room. Or, like, what's the word for it? Like a sound system. And I could put, like, CDs in it. And I used to have, like, a CD that just played, like, waves at a beach. And I would play it every time I go to sleep back in the day. And it really helped me with my sleep. I sleep like shit. I have a hard time, like, getting some sleep. Like, back when I was, back before I started going to the gym. Like, the main reason why I go to the gym is so that I could tire myself out and have, like, a better, like, and have, like, a better sleep in general. But, like, back before, I started going to the gym regularly. I used to have this, this sound system in my room play, like, play waves at a beach sounds so that it could, like, lull me to sleep. And it actually helped. Been a while, but I haven't done that in, like, more than a decade and a half, maybe. Anyways. Therese says, nothing makes me happier than seeing you well rested. Making sure every guest feels the relaxation and beauty of the seaside. That's what this resort is all about. Oh, and Yuzuha and Miss Alice are currently near the music festival stage getting things ready. Since there's nothing else pressing at the moment, maybe you'd like to go check it out. Sure, sounds good. Thanks for telling me. Therese says, no problem. Honestly, after taking a peek at Mr. Arnold's guest list, I'm kind of excited for the festival too.
Hope you have a wonderful holiday with us.
Thank you. I should probably go to Mexico next year. This kind of makes me want to go to Mexico next year. Yuzuha says, morning, Belle. You're just in time. This lady actually picked classical music for the festival's opening piece. Come on, help me take her out of it. Come and help me talk her out of it. Alice says classical music can liven up the atmosphere just as well. And since I've studied it since childhood, I can make the arrangements even better. This is our music festival after all. It deserves a design that's fresh and original. Yuzuha says, you weren't that good at negotiating when we first met. How'd you get so skilled? Fine, let me think about it more. For now, let's get back to checking the performer list. I am absolutely against like classical pieces as an opening act for the music festival. I don't think so. You're both pretty energetic for the early hour, we say. Yuzuha says, feeling totally recharged after a full night's sleep. Monato's covering the other attractions today, so Alice and I are diving headfirst into Music Fest prep. Alice says, Arnold reached out to quite a few popular bands and singers, but most of their agencies turned down the invitation after learning about the recent situation with the Timefield family. Timefield. Alice says, but there are still those willing to come. As of this morning, we've got all the dozen or so bands and singers confirmed for the performance. In the name of Timefield, we will make this music festival a success. Yuzuha says, of course, but if we really want the festival to be a hit, I still don't think we should open with the classical music. Mixing in a few classical elements into pop, though, that I'm totally on board with. Anyway, we still got a lot of prep today. Alright, I'll help too, we say. Yuzuha says, knew you'd say that, but it might be more tiring than you'd think. If it gets too much, you can always go chill on the beach chairs and soak up some sun. When I'm tired, I just slack off a little, we say. Having agreed with Alice and Yuzuha to take a more relaxed approach to the prep work, we spend some time setting up props in front of the stage, then wander down to the beach to splash in the water. Before you know it, night quietly falls. That took the whole day? Alice says, I can't believe it's this late already. Were we perhaps a little too inefficient today? Yuzuha says, haven't we got most of the prep done already? Alice, you're stressing out way too much. Why don't we grab Wise and Monato and head over to the sailboat drink stand? We can catch the evening breeze and watch some spooky movies. Alice says, watching movies with friends at night? I've never tried that before. Let's go. Wait, what's happening? Female voice from afar. Somebody's yelling. A ghost! There's a ghost! Looks like there's an emergency, we say. Alice says, what? Did someone just say ghost? Yuzuha says, looks like it. Guess our movie night's gonna have to wait a bit. Alice, Belle, let's go check out what's going on. Alice says, huh? We're going there for real? Is this girl also brought here by Willis? A frightened male tourist. Get up, this place is haunted, we can't stay here. The frightened female tourist says, I want to, but my legs feel like jelly. Besides, you're the one who insisted on this resort. I even warned you about those rumors on internet about this place being haunted. What's happening, we say. Well, we surprised them. The male tourist says, calm down, this is a real person, not a ghost. You are a real person, right? Calm down, I'm a real person, we say. The male tourist says, this place is haunted. Those rumors were true after all? We were just taking a walk here when all those paranormal things just started happening. Some resort this is. A resort for ghosts, more like. Where'd you see it? A male tourist says, the reception, the shopping area, cafe. Just go check it out for yourself. I'm just like my girlfriend, my legs are so weak I can barely walk. Someone help us get back to the hotel. We need to check out and go home. Uh-oh. This is the haunting with Alice and Yuzuha.
One of a kind, brand new experience.
It's definitely Willis. He probably brought some goons and having them do some shenanigans to scare off the tourists. The visitors. Alice says, they say this place is haunted. Yuzuha, you promised this vacation would have nothing to do with ghosts. Yuzuha says haunted. This shouldn't be happening. I haven't sensed any supernatural presences at this resort. Belle, let's head over and check out what's going on. Alice says, are we really gonna go check it out? Yeah, let's go.
Someone's screaming! What's going on?
Why'd you stop?
Let's head over and check it out.
Why'd you stop, Oomph?
Wait! Wait for me!
Wait, I do hear noises. Some whooshing. Some whooshing and swooshing. A head-shaped balloon, both hideous and eerie, hovers in midair. Its eyes are lifeless, yet there's unsettling feeling that they might start rolling any second and lock gazes with you.
What's that? Looks like something's happening over there, too!
Belle? Yuzuha? Could you please slow down?
I wonder who Alice's voice actor is. They still don't have like credits for Yuzuha and Alice, weirdly enough. I'm trying to see who Alice's like voice actor is. She's so good for Alice. A blurry portrait of a woman hangs on the wall. If I remember correctly, this painting wasn't there before. Oh yeah, that is creepy. Is it moving? The woman smiles eerily. You can't make out her face, but her skin is as pale as a corpse. Could this be the creepy portrait those thugs were talking about earlier?
Yuzuha! The painting!
Don't be scared, Alice. Just stick with us.
Can we not go any farther, please?
Yeah, Alice's voice actor is so good. Like that little like... Oh, there we go. When her voice went like a little bit higher than the usual. Is that a Jaws reference? Splish. Whoa. A tattered doll hangs upside down, its head twitching ominously upon closer inspection. The inverted posture combined with its nearly shattered body seems to herald the arrival of some horrific presence. Meanwhile, hurried footsteps came from behind. Wise, Minato, Therese, Ege, and your other companions. Everyone was drawn here by the commotion.
What's going on? What are these? Have you guys seen anything like this before?
No. Nobody would put something this disturbing in a resort.
I don't remember anything like this either. Let's get rid of them first. I think quite a few customers are already freaked out by them. Wise is looking pretty uncomfortable too.
Why point that out? You reach out to touch these weird objects, but your hand passes right through them. No matter how many times you try, you fail to make contact. These objects have no physical form. Wait, what?
No. This isn't right. Why can't I touch any of them?
He's so freaked out.
Impossible! Something must be wrong.
Therese also reaches out, trying to grab the objects but touches nothing but air. Her face turns pale. The visitors have witnessed both failed attempts, their fear growing as it becomes clear these eerie objects have no physical form. Whispers spread among the guests, unease and panic starting the ripple through the crowd.
How could this be? I always thought Willis was just spreading rumors. But if these things don't even exist physically, then that means...
Are they projections?
Miss, please stop. There are guests all around watching. You're the manager. Anything you say right now can make things spiral even worse.
Everyone stay calm. It's too early to jump to conclusions. Let's focus on handling the situation. Minato, Please help calm down the guests in this area and get them settled in their rooms or somewhere safe. E.g., take Therese back to rest.
E.g.? Okay. We were pretty close. I mean, like, the Turkish way of pronouncing Ege is Ege.
Okay, I got this.
E.g. Both of them does not roll off the tongue, so...
Miss, take a breath. Here, come with me.
And then Wise, Belle, and Alice. Let's... Wait. Alice?
You realize Alice isn't following you? After seeing those eerie objects, her nerves finally snap and her brain's completely shut down.
Oh no, Alice can't handle scary stuff, especially up close like this. She's passed out standing up.
Alice? Can you hear me, Alice? If you don't answer, I'm cutting your bangs into a weird side part!
This balloon! This painting! And this plushie!
There we go. I knew that would snap you out of it. Easy now, don't be scared. They won't hurt you.
I can't! This is horrifying! They're completely asymmetric!
That's such a good reading, I love it. Her voice actor is so good. She's so fucking she's so scared.
This is horrifying! They're completely asymmetric!
That's such a good reading, holy shit. That's what you're freaking out about?
Huh? It's the asymmetry that's bothering you right now?
Asymmetry is terrifying! And they're scary too! Wise! Belle! Yuzuha! Please, just get rid of them!
I'd love to, but they don't have a physical form. Wait, what?
Your attention shifts back from Alice to the haunted objects, only to find out that they have vanished without a trace, as if they were never there at all.
They just vanished. But we didn't even do anything yet. What's going on?
Yuzuha! Didn't you say this place wasn't haunted? No physical form? Vanishing into thin air? That's totally ghosts!
It's okay, Alice. When I first came here to check the place out, I didn't sense anything supernatural at all.
Or holograms, or just
Now
projections.
this is happening, which means...
So you're saying there's something else behind this so-called haunting?
Yup. As a veteran of Spook Shack, I can say with certainty that most urban legends aren't really supernatural. As for what they actually are, well, that's what we're about to find out.
I've evacuated the guests and did a quick sweep around the area. No sign of anyone suspicious. What's the plan now?
Thanks, Monato. It's getting pretty late, and without any leads, we're not likely to make progress tonight. Let's call it a night and get some rest. I hope this incident won't cause too much trouble for the resort tomorrow.
Yuzuha, Belle, I'm scared to sleep alone. Can you stay with me?
Sure. Sorry you had to go through all that tonight.
I got you.
I got you.
I can even sing you a lullaby, Alice. If you can't sleep, I'll help you drift off, or we can stay up and have a girls' night chat.
Another girls' night.
Wise, you seem scared too. You good, bud?
I'm good. I'm totally fine being alone in my room.
What, is Monato gonna accompany him? Had a whole night of nightmares? And the arguing outside the room makes going back to sleep impossible. Better head out and see what's going on. What's happening? I fucking love the vibes here. This is what Zenless Zone Zero is all about. The vibes. I'll be right back real quick. Alright, back. We're gonna go fishing again. I wanna go fishing. But there are pressing matters at this resort. EG seems to be trying to communicate with some agitated tourists, but it's not going well. After yelling at him a few times, they just walked away. No, we're losing visitors. EG says, "Good morning, Miss Bell." You look exhausted, we say. EG says, "About that, stay calm and hear me out. Someone posted about last night's incident on internet right after it happened, and now it's spreading everywhere. Even tourists who weren't at the scene last night are losing trust in the resort after seeing the photos online. Early this morning, lots of guests rushed over, demanding refunds and checking out. I can manage things here. Please help our receptionist. She's probably dealing with way more complaints over there. She won't be able to handle it alone. I'm counting on you." Okay. Oh, Yuzuha, what's up? Yuzuha says, "Morning, Bell. Looks like things are getting messy. You need to check out the situation at the reception. Go ahead. After that, I'll get the others. We need to have an emergency meeting." Uh-oh. Where's the rest of the friends? Therese says, Dear guests, please remain calm. The resort has never taken your safety lightly. Please trust us." The tourist says, "Stay calm? How can we stay calm? Internet is flooded with ghost videos and photos right now. Just makes your excuses look even more pathetic." Therese says, "Please give us some time. We'll get back to you with an answer soon." The enraged tourist says, "We don't want to wait for an answer in a haunted resort. Bottom line, we're checking out right now. Are you giving us a refund or not?" Keep beating around the bush and we'll expose you as frauds all over the internet." Therese says, "I've received everyone's requests. Regarding the refunds, I'll process your requests one by one. Please line up in an orderly manner." Line the fuck up. You can see tears welling up in Therese's eyes. While observing the reception area, someone suddenly taps your shoulder. You turn to find Wise, Yuzuha, and Alice standing behind you. You all move to a more convenient spot to talk. Should probably get ready for bed. All right.
Fast the haunting rumors spread. We've worked so hard to turn this place around. If this keeps up, it could scare people off all over again.
Probably get ready for bed. Good night. Have fun. Yep. Thank you for dropping by, keeping me company for a bit. Have a good night, my friend. Did you see Belle's disappearing top? Yeah, I have. I'm trying to find that. I was gonna try and find where that, that glass is. Maybe when we have some free time from all the events that's happening right now.
Looks like we need to get to the bottom of this ASAP.
It's like it only affects a certain mesh.
Monato can hold down operations at the resort for now. While he's handling things, we need
pretty
to
funny.
figure out what's really going on. If we keep dragging this out, who knows if we'll even be able to make the music festival happen?
Yuzuha, do we really have to investigate the haunting? Can't we just let Mr. Arnold handle this?
Milady, last night you hugged Belle and me so tight we almost passed out, and now you're getting cold feet? By the way, do you always sleep at home hugging a plushie on each side to keep things perfectly symmetrical? Besides, Mr. Arnold must be busy with all
Cute.
your family matters, right? Stuff like this is exactly what Spook Shack is here for.
But all those places you took me to explore before were just false alarms. This is my first time seeing a real haunting. So asymmetrical, so terrifying. Ghostly objects with no physical form right before my eyes.
Alice, calm down. Remember what I told you last night? Most urban legends
Aren't really supernatural?
You got it. Actually, I didn't finish the whole thing. As a new member of Spook Shack, you should hear it all. Behind every urban legend lies something unknown in this world. The truth behind these unknowns might be man-made, supernatural, or even a brand new truth nobody's discovered yet. But no matter what it is, it belongs only to those with courage. Only those brave enough to face these tales have the right to uncover the truth. Pretty cool, right? That's exactly why I love ghost stories so much.
Did Monato join Spook Shack because he was moved by that speech too?
Oh yeah.
Huh? Of course not. 'Cause I just made that up a couple days ago.
Just when I was starting to feel a little inspired, and you were totally messing with me.
Sorry, but judging by your look, I think you're ready to join the investigation.
To be honest, I'm still a little scared. Those paranormal objects really shook me up. But
Shook
if I'm
you
with
up,
you
you
guys,
say?
maybe
Never mind.
I'll find the courage to tough it out.
Perfect. Then let's kick off step 1 of our investigation. Have fun. Enjoy the vacation. Focus on boosting the resort's popularity and make the most of this summer.
Are you for real? This barely sounds like an investigation anymore.
I think I see where you're going with this. You're planning to wait it out for now.
Bingo! Whether it's a real haunting or just someone playing tricks. If you look at how the resort's popularity has tanked, I'd say it's not hard to figure out what's going on. But right now, since we don't have any solid evidence to work with, if we could recreate the supernatural incident one more time, we might be able to push the investigation further. As for how to make that happen...
Yeah, as long as the resort keeps attracting more people, the ghosts won't be able to stay hidden for long.
If we keep bringing people in like usual and minimize the fallout from the haunting, the ghost won't be able to stay hidden for long. Sooner or later, they'll have to show themselves again.
But if something like this happens again, the resort's popularity will take an even bigger hit. Are we really just going to sit back and wait for the next haunting?
Of course not. Before the ghost makes their next move, let's talk to Therese and the others and see if we can find out what really went down at the resort in the past.
You've sorted things out with Alice and Yuzuha. Alice is off to talk to Helen, and Yuzuha's checking in with Mia. Go see what they found or head straight to Therese. She's probably the one who knows this resort best. So it's just like optional and... Is it like an optional interaction with... Okay. I want to talk to them though. Helen says, I see. So that's what happened last night? No wonder there was someone... No wonder there were so many guests making a fuss about checking out early this morning. Alice says, right, that's why I need to gather info from you all and see if we can dig up any useful leads. Helen says, sure, of course, though I just happen to be working here part-time, so I don't know much about the resort's history. Not sure how useful my info is to you. Belle thinks Helen doesn't know much about the resort. What if I ask her about Three Gates Corp instead? What do you know about the Three Gates Corp? Helen says, to be honest, I don't really know much about Three Gates Corp. Oh wait, there actually is something. And it involves that Willis guy too. I'm a pro surfer with the Yanis Quarter surf team. We were trying to get a sponsorship deal with Three Gates Corp, and everything was going great. We'd even met with one of their marketing suits. But during the last negotiation, Willis tailed the negotiator from their marketing team and straight up shut down the talks. Talk about disrespect. He's just a development manager in the military division. Who does he think he is to meddle with the entertainment division's negotiations? But it was so overbearing that the lower ranked negotiators had no choice but to back off. He's got an overinflated ego. He just thinks he's better than everyone else in the room. No matter whether it's us or his own colleagues. He always goes off on these monologues going on and on about his glittering achievements. Did he give any reasons for calling off the negotiations, we ask? Helen says, in quotations about what Willis said, I'm under no obligation to explain anything to you people. Under my leadership, it won't be long before Three Gates Corp's influence reaches new heights. You won't need to discuss any sponsorships, to quote him word for word. Alice says, has he said anything like this before? It's a bit vague, but it sounds like he's pretty confident about doing something big. Helen says, I've got friends in other circles, so I asked around. Turns out he shut down several sponsorship deals back to back. Plus, his need for attention has left quite an impression on everyone who's met him. I know his promotion history pretty much off by heart now. I get the picture. Thanks for the overview, we say. Helen says, no worries. I've seen you all checking things out around here. Hope this info helps. And hey, if your brain gets all jammed up, come catch some waves with me. Nothing clears the mind like a good surf. Trust me. We got some stuff to do, we say. Maybe later. Check in on our friend Yuzuha. Yuzu-oomph. Mia says, seeing those negative reviews about the haunted resort on internet really hurt. But there's nothing we can do about it. Never thought we'd actually be part of one of these strange tales. It all feels like some sort of dream. Yuzuha says, don't worry. We're gonna find out what's really hiding behind all these ghost stories. So we'll need to hear a bit from you and the others about the resort and all. Mia says, alright. I've lived in the blocks near the resort since I was a kid, so I think I'll be able to shed some light on this. What's the deal with those ghost stories that were going around, we say. Mia says that was 5 years ago, but I still remember it. I remember it like it was yesterday. When Fantasy Resort announced its grand opening, it drew in tons of tourists. My family and I were no different. At first, there wasn't really any issue, but suddenly a bunch of people started claiming they'd seen ghosts, and their stories all matched up. They were adamant about what they've seen and made a huge deal of it. I was there when it happened, and they got into this massive argument with EG and the others. Did they have any evidence, we say? Mia says nope. They couldn't even produce a single photo to prove what they saw, but public opinion is just weird like that. At first, only a few people in the crowd supported the troublemakers, but eventually it evolved to where most tourists were backing them up. Whether the place was really haunted that day didn't matter anymore from that moment on, because the rumors of Fantasy Resort being haunted spread like wildfire. What happened after that? Well, I'm sure you all know. For us residents living nearby who knows the ins and outs, that incident was clearly someone pulling strings behind the scenes, but there's no evidence pointing to Willis. Therese and the others probably can't do anything about it either. Yuzuha says, it's really messed up for the resort to face such a disaster right after opening, but why was it targeted in the first place? Was it doing like a little bit too well? Yuzuha says, I checked last night. Three Gates Corp doesn't have any business dealings related to resorts. If Willis was behind the paranormal sightings 5 years ago and now, he must have done it for a reason, right? Mia says, I'm not sure, but I bet there must be some profit in it, right? Though an 11-year-old small resort would seem pretty insignificant to Three Gates Corp. Huh. Hasn't the resort only been open for 5 years? Mia says, huh. Didn't anyone tell you? The Fantasy Resort was built 11 years ago. I was still little then, but I remember it clearly. There was this new resort near our home. It just didn't open until 5 years ago for some reason. And even the resort's name wasn't originally Fantasy. 11 years ago, though there wasn't an official sign-up yet. I heard from the workers around here that they were planning to call it the Midsummer Resort. Midsummer, that name rings a bell. Yuzuha says, I see. Looks like this resort isn't as simple as it appears. Mia, you've given us some really useful info. Let's go straight to Therese and ask about what's next. Mia says, my answer was helpful? Great. Please, you have to get to the bottom of this haunting thing. Seeing all those nasty comments on internet first thing in the morning totally ruined my mood. If you're feeling tired and need a break, how about hopping on a boat for an archipelago shooting round the island? No can do. We got stuff to do. For now. I want to go fishing first. I want to fill up that aquarium. How's Therese holding up? Therese says, Miss Bell, you're here. Sorry, I've been dealing with tourist complaints all day, so I'm a bit low on energy. Please don't mind me. Therese cute. EG says, Miss, please take a break. I've managed to keep the remaining resort guests calm with some entertainment discounts. If you keep pushing yourself like this, your body won't be able to handle it. EG says, Miss Bell came to see us for a reason, I'm sure. Is there anything we can help you with? I'd like to know more about the resort. EG says, I see. No need to be so formal. We'll answer as best as we can. About your debt with situation with Willis. EG says, Willis? That guy that suddenly showed up after the resort has been operating for over just a year? Due to rumors of haunting when we first opened, our business took a nosedive and we couldn't even recover our initial investment. That's when he came to us, saying he couldn't bear to see this place go under and wanted to help. Back then, Willis was already a division manager at Three Gates Corp, riding high on his own success. 3 years have passed and he's still stuck in that manager position with no promotions. I guess that's karma catching up with him for all his dirty deeds. Long story short, we were desperate back then and thought we'd found a lifeline. Miss signed a contract with him, and according to the agreement, Three Gates Corp gave us a huge sum of money, with a strict deadline for repayment. That money only prolonged the resort's struggles, and after several years, we still haven't generated any real profits. Now, with the deadline approaching, we're running out of time. Well, what happens if you can't pay up? Simple as the resort gets bought up. Yep. According to the terms of the agreement, the resorts will be transferred to Three Gates Corp. I suspect this was their scheme all along to take the resort. EG says, no use crying over past mistakes now. If only I could save up enough to pay off the debt and interest, I wouldn't have to lose sleep over that snake Willis anymore. Anyways, we say, I'd like to know more. MP says, MP's got something to say. MP spent all night patrolling with that tanuki called Kamanosuke, but we didn't spot anyone suspicious. But MP saw a mosquito landing on thin air. Oh, like an invisible, definitely an invisible projector. MP says, I'm not too sure either. I was really sleepy, so maybe I saw it wrong. I'm gonna bring a camera and take another stroll tonight. Maybe I'll run into it again. This isn't a haunting, right? If it is, MP won't tell a soul. Gotta protect the resort's reputation. Therese says, actually, Miss Bell, there's something I haven't mentioned before. This resort was built 11 years ago, and back then it was called Midsummer Resort. We've kept that name for most people until now. EG says, Miss, about this. Therese says, EG, no need to keep hiding it anymore. Belle, Alice, and Yuzuha have done so much for us. We shouldn't keep staying silent about this. Fantasy Resort was one of Midsummer Inc.'s asset. The same Midsummer Inc. that once rivaled Three Gates Corp in military tech before disappearing during the fall of the old capital. The CEO of Midsummer Inc. was my father, as well as EG's boss and MP's first master. 11 years ago, during the fall of the old capital, he was swallowed by the Hollow along with almost all of Midsummer Inc.'s assets. Before all this, he planned to transform Midsummer Inc. from the military industry to entertainment. Midsummer Resort was meant to be the first step in this transformation. Unfortunately, his departure and the company's downfall turned everything into foam on the waves. Due to the fall of the old capital, the resort's opening was postponed indefinitely. Therese's father showed me great kindness. Oh, it's EG talking right now. EG says, so I stayed here with the other staff, tending to Midsummer Inc.'s remaining assets to look after the young miss. Therese says, after 6 years, I finally felt I was capable of standing on my 2 feet. On my own 2 feet. So I decided to properly take care of my father's inheritance, this resort. So I opened this resort to visitors 5 years ago. EG says, but if you kept calling it Midsummer Resort, its connection to Midsummer Inc. would be too obvious. To avoid unnecessary controversy, after careful consideration, we decided to rename it Fantasy Resort. Therese says, I'm sorry, we didn't share all of this earlier. It wasn't intentional. We just didn't expect all of this to happen. I hope what we've shared can help you get closer to the truth behind the haunting. I got a bunch of clues. Therese says, I understand. I'm sorry. If I come across any other clues, I'll be sure to let you know. What time is it? After wrapping up the chats with the resort staff, you join Alice and Yuzuha and acquire their spot to exchange what you've each found out. Alice says, oh, so there's more to it than I thought. Alice says, I feel like there's something that could be a crucial clue. In what EG said? Alice says, there's quite a bit of info there, but Yuzuha says, keep spacing out like that and muscles start growing on your head, Alice. Wake up. Alice says, hold up, Yuzuha. Let me think about this some more. It's like that feeling when a painting looks symmetrical, but something's off in some tiny corner, and you just can't figure out where. It's driving me crazy. Yuzuha says, take your time and think on it. Well, we got quite a few helpful details from that last round of questioning. Maybe what Willis, being a mid-level exec at 3 Gates, has his eye on isn't Fantasy Resort itself, but the Midsummer Incorporated backing behind it. But what could Midsummer Incorporated mean to him? Alice says, Yuzuha says, and to get Therese to hand over the resort? He first spread rumors about it being haunted, then played the nice guy to get close, saddled the place with debt, and just waited for it to slowly collapse so he could take it over legally. That explains why he stirred up trouble the other day. If the resort managed to recover and cover its debts, his whole plan would fall apart. He had no choice but to try and sabotage the business. Alice is still thinking. Yuzuha says, now that all that's left is the haunting itself, if we can just figure out how they pulled off these ghostly tricks. Alice says, Yuzuha, why'd you suddenly grab my tail? Yuzuha says, so you'll stop making those weird noises while you're thinking. Don't stress too much, Alice, we say. When you're stuck, it's best to take a break and relax. Yuzuha says Bella's right. Keep frowning like that and you'll give yourself wrinkles. I heard from MP that the resort made pretty good money yesterday, so he went ahead and fixed up the offshore fishing boat. Why don't you two head out for some fishing to clear your minds? Alice says, well, standing here getting nowhere isn't gonna help. But Yuzuha, aren't you coming with us? Yuzuha says, if going out to sea means listening to someone go, non-stop, I'll pass. I'll stay here and keep an eye on the resort. You two go enjoy the sea breeze and clear your heads. Okay, great. Maybe we'll close it after we fish with Alice. MP says, even though the trouble isn't over yet, I'm just a bamboo in charge of going out to sea. When I can't be of much help, the least I can do is stick to my post. I got the resort's big boat repaired. With that beauty back in action, we can sail out farther and catch even bigger fish. Belle thinks to herself, come to think of it, I left my fishing rod in front of the HDD system before bed last night. Early this morning, Fairy said she was bored and upgraded it with an auto fishing program. Maybe I should give it a try today. MP says, are we going? Are we heading out to sea right now? Ah, yes, let's go. Together with MP and Alice, you board the large boat and head towards water farther from the resort. Oh yeah, the boat is bigger. Hi, Alice.
Something feels off. But what exactly?
What's on your mind, Alice? Wanna share?
I'm sorry, Belle. You came to help me clear my mind, and I've just been lost in thought the whole time. I was just wondering, what exactly is the true nature of those ghosts? There's this strange, unsettling feeling of déjà vu that I can't shake. Yuzuha is right. Only those brave enough to face the supernatural have the right to uncover the truth. Everyone at the resort deserves to know that truth. I don't want to be the trembling little bunny, cowering in fear of the unknown anymore.
Deja vu is a signal from our subconscious. Don't ignore that feeling. The answer might be hiding in the everyday stuff around us. Come on, Alice. Shake off those thoughts for a bit. Look over at the horizon. I swear I just saw dolphins out there.
There's dolphins right behind us.
Where? Symmetrical dolphins are the most adorable. Can you point them out to me? It feels like ever since I met you, Yuzuha, and Minato, everything's been changing.
Do you not like change, Alice?
Change means the unknown. It means losing something. Just like ghost stories. It scares me. But now, I see it differently. It's not too bad. Every day I spend with you guys is a pleasant surprise, brought about by change. I feel like I might have said something a little embarrassing. Just don't tell anyone, especially not Yuzuha. Oh, and I think there's a whale over there.
What? A whale? Where?
Come a little closer, and I'll tell you.
Whoa. Can we catch a whale? After spending a long afternoon on the boat with Alice, he returns to the resort. And I didn't get to fish. Come on now. I didn't get to fish. I'm sad. What time is it? I think I might call it here, though. I'm sorry, Alice. I will leave you here for now. It looks like we're gonna be thrown back into the investigation, so... this is the perfect time to... That will continue tomorrow. And I'm not sure how much more there is to the event. It looks like you can run down the entire main event in one go. I would have thought like certain sections of the main story would only be progressed after you get to a certain point with all the mini games, but it looks like you could just run it down. So anyways. Because that's how it usually goes in events in like Zenless Zone Zero. Like, you can only progress the main story of the events if you do the mini games. But it looks like you can just straight up run it down here. So I'll continue tomorrow. That'll be it for me for tonight. For all the friends that dropped by, thank you very much. Hope you all have a great evening. Happy Tuesday. Take it easy. A GG's and a peace.